And by the way, you have a little piece of spaghetti on your overalls.
Hello everybody, it's your man Z-Man here, and we're here talking about everyone's favorite gaming icon, Mario. It's Mario's 35th anniversary if you didn't know that, and if you didn't know, well, now you know, and Nintendo is making sure we all know. Between collections, new toys, new material coming out, new goods, Nintendo's really going all in on Mario's 35th anniversary. And it got me thinking, I've played a lot of Mario games in my day. I really want to go through and rank them in a list such as this one, from S rank to D rank, and rank all the Mario games from best to worst. Now, to be fair, there are a lot of Mario games out there, as you can see on this list, so I want to focus it on Mario's bread and butter, the platforming game, because that's what he started out as, and I feel like that's his strength in the gaming world. All the sports titles, the racing titles, the RPGs, those are great games in their own right, but those games deserve their own list. Same with the Wario games, same with the Luigi games. Those games also deserve their own list. But for now, I'm only focusing on the Mario platformers as seen on this list on Wikipedia, plus 2 arcade titles that I feel like are important to talk about. So there's a lot of games here, so I'm not going to be giving full in-depth reviews. I'm just going to say my thoughts on them, really quick thoughts, what the ranking is, and move on to the next game. And fair warning, I'm pretty bad at a lot of the 2D Mario titles, just because I didn't grow up with them. So I'm sorry if you see some really bad gameplay footage here, but we'll make it through together. So anyway, before I launch into the ranking, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and hit the bell as well for notifications on future videos. It really helps the channel grow. All it is, it's 2 simple clicks, and you make my day that much better, and you help the channel expand, and it's free, and it's easy to do. So I'd love it if you subscribe. And if you feel so kind to, you can follow me on the social media, Twitter, Instagram at ZMangs. I'm very active on the Instagram, posting my drunken adventures in Japan. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Let's go! Donkey Kong, the first proper Mario game, and the game that made Nintendo a lot of money. A classic arcade game that's easy to learn, difficult to master. It's a challenging game that takes a lot of practice to get huge points, but it's so much fun you want to keep playing. There's a reason why this game got Mario, and by extension Nintendo, so popular. It became one of gaming's great icons. Mario Bros, another classic arcade title and one of my favorite arcade titles, period. I can play this game all day. There's so much strategy that goes into Mario Bros, and you can spend ages on this title practicing each level and coming up with new strategies to progress and get huge points. Plus, with the addition of everyone's favorite string being Luigi, the fun is doubled with the co-op mode. In the grand scheme of things, I never see Mario Bros talked about as much anymore, but I do recommend it highly. Super Mario Bros., the first one that was on the Nintendo Entertainment System, the game that came with the NES at launch in America, and it was a big hit. It created a world we hadn't seen in games before, with unique characters, environments, and stuff that blew people away back in the day. I kind of threw that little bit in there. Between the colorful graphics, the tight controls, and good level design, it started a franchise we all love today. It's a bit rough around the edges being the first proper 2D Mario platformer, but it's still fun. There's a reason why Nintendo keeps pouring this game back for years and years and years, and even doing a Mario 35 Battle Royale thing that I am terrible at. It's a great game and certainly deserving of its iconic status. Mario Bros. 2, The Lost Levels. You like platform hell? Well, check out Super Mario Bros. 2. The real one America didn't get, as Nintendo didn't think the Americans could handle this game. And to be honest with you, it is hard, it is frustrating, but that's not this game's problem. It's just, it feels like a glorious expansion pack to the first game. The challenge isn't a bad thing, but it's just a bit too frustrating for my taste. I can see Mario Masters loving this title, but for me, I'm pretty meh on it. Super Mario Bros. 2, the real one that is a reskin of the Japanese-only game Doki Doki Panic. Did you know that? Despite the reskin, it works really well with Mario. Love how you can play the other characters such as Luigi, Toad, and everyone's favorite, Peach in this game because of her ability to float. I like picking up and yeeting the turnips and enemies, and I like the puzzle elements too. This game is amazing, and it gave Mario some of its most iconic elements as seen in later titles. Is it different from the first title? Yes, but that doesn't mean it isn't amazing in its own right. Super Mario Bros. 3, one of the best-selling games of all time, and certainly an amazing title. There's so much variety and challenge here. It's one of the best-selling games ever for a reason, and it even had its own movie made about it, indirectly I guess. And honestly, I don't have much to say about it because it's just that good and it deserves all the praise it gets. Super Mario Land. You want to play Super Mario Bros. On the go in the early 90s? Well, for one, build a time machine and bring back the Switch with you. Or play Mario Land on the Game Boy. And that one is a little bit easier, I guess. Much like the first game on the NES, it's a bit rough around the edges. Mario drops like a log if he walks off a platform. But that aside, it's a fun little game that made that Game Boy investment well worth it. Well, this title and Tetris.
Okie dokie.
Super Mario World. I was a Sega kid growing up, and while I love the Genesis and its games like Sonic the Hedgehog and Shinobi, Super Mario World definitely made me look towards the Super Nintendo with envy. And what can I say about this game that hasn't been said before? It's fantastic, it's sublime. There's so much in here, so much to discover, so many levels to conquer, so many coins to grab. You can ride Yoshi, that's always fun. So overall, I'd say it's certainly deserving of the praise it gets. I'm not sure if it's my personal favorite, but I cannot disagree with you if you say this is your favorite Super Mario game. Yeah, looking at my footage again, man, I am bad at the 2D Mario games. Sorry, Mario Masters, I'm sure I offended someone in the audience. Super Mario Land 2, imagine the first Mario Land, but smoothed out with better controls, better graphics, and more variety. That alone makes it worth the play, so I say, check it out. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. I wasn't sure about putting this one in this video, but it's on the Wikipedia timeline, so it counts, I guess. I love Yoshi Island's art style and vibe, but other than that, I decided that this game isn't for me. It isn't a bad game. In fact, I think it's great. I just don't like it as much as the other Mario titles. Unless it's Fat Yoshi, I've never been much of a Yoshi fan, so that's part of the problem. And plus, you know the noise. I do think Yoshi's Island is a fantastic title, it's just one that I don't play all that often. Super Mario 64, the 3D platformer that codified the genre. Playing this game in 2020 is a bit rough. It hasn't aged all that gracefully. Mario's kinda stiff, and the camera isn't the best. But again, it codified the 3D platforming genre and showed how the genre should be done going forward. Even still, it plays really well in 2020, and this game is huge for such an early 64 game, well, being the first 64 game in America at least. Another thing I've got to say about this game, it has a really eerie and very lonely atmosphere that I just really love. And for the record, I don't have a lot of nostalgia for this game. I did play the game on the DS with 64DS, a game that I really, really, really like. And even years later, as someone who didn't grow up with this game, only playing it here and there on the Wii Virtual Console, this game is still a lot of fun and it laid the groundwork for 3D platformers and 3D games going forward. Super Mario Sunshine. I played Sunshine as a kid and didn't care for it. Played Sunshine as a teenager and didn't care for it. Now I'm playing it in 2020 as an adult and I still don't care for it. Now why is that? Well, for one, I never cared for FLUDD. I didn't like having to spray shit down to continue. I didn't really like having to mess around with all the different nozzles to progress. It just didn't really vibe well with me. I also never enjoyed hunting down the blue coins. The bosses weren't much to remember about. Yoshi was kind of a waste. For a game with a lot of water, the swimming wasn't all that fun either, and the summer resort level designs got kind of boring pretty fast. Now, Nintendo during the GameCube era was very ambitious with its titles, and this game is no exception. You have a fully voiced plot, which is attempting to be more complex than, say, Mario 64, but it's really stupid and I love it. It's so stupid it makes Sonic Adventures 2 plot look like Yakuza 2's plot. That's how corny and stupid it is. I do like the level designs. I think they're really big, and they do offer a good amount of variety in terms of pure design, if not in terms of aesthetics. And I do think Mario Sunshine has some of the best movement in the franchise once you practice its ins and outs. I used to love watching speedruns for this title, including one guy who had many pictures of the bird from Rio on his stream. What was up with that? You know what? Don't ask a question unless you want to know the answer. So, Sunshine, is it a bad game? No. Is it a mixed bag? Yes. So, what rank is it? Okay, everybody, it's time to face facts, especially normal boots out there. It's time to admit, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube was a way better platforming game than Super Mario Sunshine. That's just the facts of life. I don't make the rules, I don't make the facts, but that's how it is. New Super Mario Bros. Now this was a novel idea at the time. Do 2D Mario with 3D graphics. And it worked. New Super Mario Bros. Was a big hit and felt like a breath of fresh air at the time. It had the magic of the 2D platformers with just enough new flair to keep things fresh. Super Mario Galaxy. Now this title is awesome. It took out some of the more annoying aspects from Sunshine, such as FLUDD and some of the more gimmicky aspects, and just refined it into a pure 3D platformer. With a new gimmick in the gravity physics, you have some amazing graphics and amazing music, and you have, for the longest time at least, my favorite Mario title. Playing this title again in 2020 takes me back to that special place back in 2007, where I had this game for Christmas and nothing else in the world mattered besides me and the game. Those were easier times, and I'm sure many of you feel the same way. I have full intentions to get 100% completion on this title again, and I'm going to have a great time doing it. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It's the DS game, but on the Wii with co-op multiplayer. What can go wrong? Well, playing with friends could go wrong. It was always a hot mess trying to get all of your friends to work together instead of trying to screw each other over, or everyone hitting the A button at the same time and having to reset the level. It was a lot of fun, and I still do have fun playing it with friends when we do get a chance to. Super Mario Galaxy 2. What's better than Galaxy? More Galaxy, and that's really all I have to say about it. It's more Galaxy, but with Patrick Star and more fat Yoshi. And now, that sounds like an easy S rank to me, but why do I feel so meh on this game? For one, some of the motion control stuff was really unneeded in 2010, when a lot of motion control games were kind of falling out of flavor. Second, the difficulty was more frustrating than fun in some levels. Lastly, I need to talk about impact and timing. Galaxy 1 was a revelation that warped my mind at the time. I never played a game quite like that back in 2007. Galaxy 2 just feels like the same game twice. And now, it's not a bad thing, but let me put it to you this way. It's like watching a really good comedy movie. The first time you watch the comedy, it's hilarious. You're on the floor laughing so hard. But when you watch the movie again, you're not laughing as hard the first time around, but it's still a good movie. And that's how I feel about Mario Galaxy 2. It's a good game, but it doesn't hit quite as hard for me.
Okie dokie.
New Super Mario Bros. 2. Another one of these let's just do the same shit twice ideas from Nintendo. I don't think New Super Mario Bros. 2 was trying to be anything really ambitious, but it did have the gimmick of just grabbing a bunch of coins, and it isn't bad, it's just kind of boring and forgettable. New Super Mario Bros. U. By this time, I had fatigue on the New Super Mario Bros. Series. The newness from the DS games all the way back in the day faded away for an easy cash grab from Nintendo. And like most Mario titles at their worst, it isn't bad, it's just long and it's boring. I don't think this was the game to launch the Wii U with. It looked like a Wii game in 2012. And honestly, because it's so long, so boring, and just so repetitive, to be honest with you, I just could not find the motivation to finish it, and I have no intention to go back and fix that. You know what? I could have hooked up my Wii U again for some more footage for some of these games, but nah, couldn't be bothered. Super Mario 3D Land. Now this is what I'm talking about. 3D Land has a unique gameplay style that seems to strike a balance between the 2D and 3D gameplay of previous Mario titles. It was so inventive with its level design and power-ups, and is one of the few games on the 3DS that used the 3D effect, well, effectively. I had a great time playing this title on the 3DS. It was my first game on the 3DS, I got this and Sonic Generations on the 3DS, which is a good game, by the way, and it's still a game I like busting out from time to time. By the way, the Y button and my down input on my D-pad are broken on my 3DS, so if someone knows how to fix it, let me know. Or if someone wants to send me a new 3DS, also let me know, because that'd be pretty cool too. Super Mario 3D World, the 3DS game on the Wii U, with more levels, more power-ups, and now multiplayer. And the Captain Toad minigame thing, that was really fun to mess around with. Everything you loved about Mario 3D Land on the 3DS is improved here on the Wii U, and you get more on top of that. This was certainly a reason to own the Wii U back in the day. And with the Switch getting a version of this, I am back in there. And speaking of Switch ports, you already know I'm going to ask for it. Nintendo, can we please get a Xenoblade Chronicles X port to the Switch? Super Mario Maker. After people getting sick of new Super Mario Bros., Nintendo just said, screw you assholes, you just make your own levels. And many people did. I think this should have been the title to launch the Wii U with. I can't think of a game that used the gamepad in a better way. I didn't play it as much as others because I'm not too much into creation games, but I did enjoy what I played, and I totally respect it for being a fresh game at the time, even if you do have to filter through a lot of crap in order to get to the good levels. Mario Odyssey, my favorite Super Mario game at time of making this video. This game takes everything I loved from the previous Super Mario games and puts it into a beautiful open world with some of the best level designs ever, the best controls, and of course, endless fun and customization. Every time I play it, I always find myself smiling at some clever moon hidden away somewhere, or just bouncing around and seeing what I can find or do or capture. Unlike Flood and Sunshine, which kind of brought the game down for me, Cappy really expands the game world in a way that you can really mess around with and experiment with. I love trying to find what I can possess and see what kind of power-ups they provide Mario. It's an ingenious way to expand the tried and true Mario formula, and it never got old at all for me. Some people say this game is overhyped or even bad. Those people are wrong. Super Mario Odyssey is gaming perfection and a game that I love from the bottom of my heart. So, there we go. There's my tier list of Super Mario games from best to worst. As you can see, Mario has a pretty consistent track record. Nothing really bad like some of the other franchises I personally love too. And that's Nintendo for you. They always make their games with the utmost care and respect, and it really shows in them making some of the best games of all time, and that certainly reflects with the Mario series. If I had to pick my top 3 Mario games, it would have to be, in order, Odyssey is number 1, Galaxy is number 2, and I'm going to go for Super Mario Bros. 2, the USA version, as number 3. As for my bottom 3 Mario games, I'm going to go with New Super Mario Bros. 2, U, then The Lost Levels as my least favorite Mario game, in my opinion. And I know your opinion's different too, so let me know in the comments what your Mario tier list would be like. Alternatively, you can let me know I'm a piece of shit for not liking Sunshine at all. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video, but before I let you go, just remind you one more time to subscribe to the channel. That really helps the channel grow, and hit the bell for notifications on future videos. Follow me on the social media, Twitter, Instagram @ZMangs. This is one of my roommates here. And with that, I sign off. Happy 35th, Mario, and I'll see you on the next video. Later, everybody.